We're talking about breaking the load board cycle. This is interesting because we're getting back more into the freight space, and something that I think is important and is actually really, really valuable to our small carriers,
Yeah.
who is, of course, who we're here talking to, right? Load boards are something that you see as this like inherent tool that you must use to be successful in the trucking industry.
hmm
But how much of that is myth versus reality?
So one thing I will tell you is that when I started, and I don't want to continue to go back to that point, but I want to give you a little lens as to the difference in how things have changed. The reliance upon load boards is now more than ever
Yeah.
because it's so simple to use. Buy a truck, get a DAT or a truck stop subscription, and you'll be rich for the rest of your life. That's the whole thing, right? But back when I started, like, we didn't have those electronics. We didn't have cell phones. So we didn't have those quote unquote load boards where you had all these brokers putting freight on there. You had to build relationships with brokers, and those few brokers are the ones that kept your truck moving, not being going on to a faceless load board, not being able to, you really had to build relationships. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So with that, our whole model as business owners in the trucking industry, as trucking business owners, has changed. It's changed from buy my truck, build relationships, eventually get me some direct, to buy my truck, make sure I have a cell phone, make sure I have a subscription to a load board. And now the crazy thing about it is that, so I've been in conferences for the last 3-4 weeks,
Mhm.
and I've been talking to a lot of people. And you know what, Kaylee's crazy? There are so many, and there's no shade, but I want to educate. There's so many people that I run into as a business owner and say, hey, you know what? What's the first step of me getting direct freight? I gotta get off this load board. And then you go back to him and you ask him, do you have a website? No. Do you have
Mm.
do you have it? Okay, what do you offer? You know, what is it about your trucking company that, you know, that we can go ahead and we can run and we can pitch?
Right.
And it's like, reliable. We're always on time. We are family owned business. Like, you can't take that to a shipper and say that you're going to give me like that. That doesn't, I don't get, that doesn't benefit me any.
Yeah.
So a lot of business owners have abandoned the business owner concept. They get behind the wheel and they're really good at what they do as a driver, and then thinks that those are transferable skills, but that is not a transferable skill. And I think that ultimately what we're seeing, to your point, is because it's so easy to book it now. Like, you
Yeah.
got it to a point now, you just book it now. They got AI to do the booking for you. It's so easy to do that. Well, you know, I'm a big fan of doing the hard things, because it's the hard things that you have to do is what's going to make you better in life. So, but to your point on that, that's one of the biggest issues that I see in low board cycles.